I'm Petro Janse van Vuuren. I'm in Johannesburg right now. I have two hats on. I'm an applied theatre researcher and I am a coach consultant freelance.
I'm Christian Freisleben. I'm working on the University of Applied Sciences in St. Pölten, which is a small town somewhere in Austria. And on the other half, I'm working as teacher, as counsel, as trainer, as journalist, as social media crack, and as improvisation maniac. So, and what is the place you are right at the moment?
Yeah, I'm in my office at Wits University on a 17th floor. And when I look out the window, I can see the Mandela Bridge that goes right into the main city of Johannesburg.
I'm at Axis co-working place, which is a place in the middle of a town called Linz, which is also right in the middle of Austria. And I'm here with a lot of interesting people where I share a table with other 30 people in the room. And I like this place very, very much. And it's in an architectural, very interesting place. So I like it very, very much here. And what are you doing in this university?
About 8 years, I've been using applied theatre processes in leadership and organization development. And I got a grant from the university to study the effectiveness of these methods. So we've developed, my brother and I was in a partnership in our business, and we've developed a model and a methodology that uses applied theatre for leadership and organizational change. I've now got the privilege of doing some research on those methods.
In my university, I'm working about didactics in higher education, and I also have the privilege to use applied improvisation there. So my university is supporting me to do my thesis, which is about applied improvisation in higher education. The place which at the moment I'm on my freelancing feeds, so that is the place where I plan my workshops and my consultations and things like that. And I'm planning a flying pigs session with you, dear Petro.
Yes, that's what we're doing right now. We're doing this for the pig catching. So I wanted to ask you, why do you do the work that you do?
I started studying about communication, and now I'm telling people how to transform their communication skills, their social skills, and I'm working with them. I like this work very much. So it's about coaching, it's about supporting, it's about sharing wisdom, it's about creating knowledge. And so in the fields I have the pleasure and to work, I have a lot of possibilities to work together with peoples and searching with them for their flying peaks. What about you, Pedro?
I do what I do because I want to change the world. And I want to change it for good. Not just for good, like forever, like sustainable, lasting change, but also for the greater good, for what is good for all of us. I am quite frustrated by the increasing gaps between rich and poor. I'm quite frustrated by this idea that more material and more money and more things can make us happier, when happiness is so much richer and wider than that. So that's some of the why of what I do. I am really interested in creating processes and having conversations that can change the world.
That could have been my second sentence. So thank you very much for supplying me this sentence, because that's why
I heard it underneath everything you're saying, because if you do coaching and you do teaching and you do communication and all of that, there's a bigger reason underneath that.
Yes. That's true.
And it's about generosity and justice.
Yeah. Why do we use applied theater or improvisation in this field?
I do it because it's the only thing that works on me. When I was 11, I first experienced the transformational power of not just hearing a story, though that is quite powerful in itself, or telling a story, but being in a story.
Yeah.
Experimenting with different ways of doing things that allows me to experiment with different Petrus.
Yeah.
And not just different me's, but different ways of seeing the world in a safe, playful, exuberant, and very physical way. And that's why I wanted to, because it had such an effect on me, I wanted to know how to create this kind of effect for other people.
Yeah.
And how to use it in a way that can really have a huge impact, especially because just hearing somebody talk to you or talk at you and throw information to you, to me that often didn't really make the meaningful twist here in my heart and in my actions that I was craving.
Yes.
Work. Why do you use applied improvisation, for instance?
My first thing I did on a stage was playing in a cabaret with my family, and they told me, well, Christian, please stay away from the stage. But then I encountered Forum Theater of Auguste Boal, and later on Improvisation Theater. And now I'm what is called in German Rampensau, which is a pig on the stage, which is interesting because we are about flying pigs. It's for me, I feel free and I come to ideas where I surprise myself. It's very fascinating and great to realize that it's also for other people. They are getting to know themselves on a completely new way and they create strengths. And I just worked with juvenile people who are here living in Austria who are from other countries, and they got stronger all the way through the workshop. So it was very, 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 very nice.
And do you find that that strength is bigger than just knowledge? It's
Yes.
like whole person strength. It doesn't sit on one level. It's the whole person strength that just opens up. I think you reminded me of another reason why we use applied improvisation, applied theater, is the social group aspect of it. You don't grow outside of the context of other people. You grow in relationship.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably one of the strongest reasons why this work is so valuable to me and so transformational.
Yeah. We just talked about pigs and flying pigs. Where did you encounter such a flying pig in your life?
I can think most strongly now of a flying pig that I encountered with, or one of the people that played in our last flying pig experience. She's a coach and she's been coaching for a long, long time, but suddenly she had a job that made her the lead coach with a panel of other coaches, with a whole lot of others, and she suddenly found herself in the leading position of a big project that involved a lot of other people, and suddenly she was out of confidence. She had trouble communicating with her client because her client was like cutting money, didn't understand that change takes time, didn't understand how much time goes into the planning and the holding of space for other people to learn, and so on and so on. And so she found herself floundering in her client relationship specifically. Then we did an embodied process, some of what we can experience in our own pig catching session online even, because we have you that can help us do this embodiment thing online. I'm very interested in that journey. But we did some processes with her, and one of the things that she chose to embody in her process was her flying pig. And for us, a flying pig is that inspiration to accomplish something that other people say is impossible. Mm-hmm. And for her, it found like it was going to be impossible for her to find courage and confidence in the face of this intimidating client. During that process, that shifted for her completely. Instead of this inspirational or this impossibility looking to her like something she needs to grab hold of or find outside, she found it as a thing within, as right there. And after that experience of the process, she wrote to me that afternoon that she had a client meeting, and for the first time she walked into that client meeting completely at peace, and confident with what was going to happen. And it wasn't confidence because she had a plan and because she had everything worked out, but confidence that she can handle what comes.
Yeah.
And I think that to me was one of the clearest moments of somebody catching that flying pig.
Yeah. I had such a moment right in a workshop I did on this weekend. There was a woman and she's working at the school, and we played a scene with the method of the Forum Theater, and it was about two boys who got in a fight. And she said, well, I walked there and I cried at them and I grabbed at them and they ignored me. And we worked 4 or 5 times. Then she developed a very good standing. It was not about loudness. It was not about grabbing, it was about presence. And that was a very fascinating moment where she found a flying pig for her. Because before that, she said, I don't know what I can do. So, dear Pedro, we are right at the start of a fascinating online experience which connects to our offline lives and pigs that are flying around, and we will catch them together. Is that true?
You and me will invite anybody who wants to come and catch flying pigs with us.